get some work done. Ah, the heck. Paper lads never even knew such words when I was a girl. What are they doing still hanging round here any road? It's gone 8 o'clock.
Waiting to deliver papers, being paper lads.
Should have been round and back again hours since, if they was properly organised.
Yes, Hilda.
Want to get out of bed a bit sooner, don't you, if you've got a job to do?
Not that it's any of your business, Hilda, but I didn't get into flaming bed till after 3 o'clock.
Yeah, you look it. Well, you can't go burning the candle at both ends, you know. Not when you get past a certain age.
Don't tell me, let me guess. I'm past it.
Oh, well past it, yeah. Well, it's no good kidding ourselves. We're still young and lovely, is it? What was you doing till that time, Any Road? Working?
That's right.
Singing?
Yes, Hilda, singing. What else would I be working at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Well, I don't know, do I? I mean, the only time I ever went to one of your clubs, there was a brawl.
Would you excuse me while I go and put some clothes on my body?
Oh, certainly. I'll mind the shop for you if you like.
Not necessary. Miss Riley will be along any minute.
Who? Oh, her?
Yes, sir. And if she'd been here when she should have been, I wouldn't be studying me Gansey, making stupid excuses to nosy women whose business it wasn't in the first place.
Hey, read any good books lately?
Fed up around you there, you kid.
Thought we were going to teach Barlam a lesson.
We are, come on. First off, we find out if he's in. So he's in. Come on. Where are we going?
I know about that.
Oh, well, you're Miss Summit for inflicting 2 Ogdens on me before 9:30 on the same morning.
Why is it fair game to mock me and our Hilda? Local clowns, aren't we? We've never done hurt anybody.
Oh, I'm sorry, Stan. It's just, well, I've not had much sleep.
They look all right to me.
Oh, not how your missus put it. Mind you, she saw me without me 6 inches of gun, John. Well, what about it? I'm not asking you to do it for nothing. I'll see you right.
Just, Inkerman Street.
Yeah, it won't take you more than 10 minutes. And it's not as if you're not familiar with Inkerman Street, is it?
All right, you're on.
Great.
All I need now is a little bike again. I'll go back 40 years. I started work as a paper lad.
And look where you've ended up.
Aye. Hello, love.
Well, what's Mr. Ogden doing with the papers?
Delivering them.
Well, did the boys let you down?
They didn't, but somebody else did who put the whole morning out of kilter.
Oh, I hope you're not referring to me, Rita.
Oh, no, to one of me other 500 members of staff.
Only it wouldn't be accurate to say that I'd let you down, seeing as I'm here.
Only 2 hours late, that's all.
No, actually, I'm exactly on time.
9:30. How did you arrive at that remarkable conclusion?
I worked 2 hours overtime last night, which means I'm entitled to come in 2 hours later this morning.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and vice versa, as a matter of fact. If I come in 2 hours earlier to do the papers for you in the morning, then I'm entitled to go earlier in the evening. Not 2 hours necessarily, but earlier. I tried to tell you yesterday, but you wouldn't listen.
Oh, I listened, but I was being charitable. I thought you'd taken temporary leave of your senses.
Rita, I have finished being exploited.
Mavis, this is a tatty little 2-handed cafe and paper shop, not a flaming shipyard. We don't have demarcation lines and unions and work to rule. It's thee and me, for God's sake.
Give and take.
Right.
Right. Only I've been doing all the giving and you've been doing all the taking. Rita, I don't mind doing favours. I never have, but it's high time you realised I'm not your personal slave. I'm Mr. Fairclough's paid employee, and such I've got my rights.
And I am Mr. Fairclough's paid manageress, and as such I've got my rights. And one of them is giving uncooperative workers the sack.
Aye, aye. What little songbird got out of bed the wrong side this morning,
And I
then?
could do without your childish remarks and all.
What's up, love? You look tired. You got big black rings round your eyes.
Drop off.
Have you been taking my advice?
Yes.
Hey, well, you got a mad. That's a start.
Yes.
I'm coming in.
Come in, Uncle Albert. Nice, bright autumn morning it is, isn't it? A good to be alive morning.
Oh, well, I'm glad you think so. Well, of course you weren't nearly killed with flying glass yesterday, were you?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Couldn't have been very nice for you.
And I'm told that you don't want the kids that did it reported to police.
Yeah, that's right. I know it's pretty serious, but I reckon...
I have reported them.
You have not, Uncle Albert.
Yes, I have. You know, nobody's going to come smashing windows at community centre, nearly killing me at bargain and getting away with it.
But I know them. I taught them at Bessie Street.
I know you did. And if you ask me, it's misplaced loyalty.
And the eldest is only 14.
I've been a villain from the time you were old enough to walk.
But they've never been in trouble with the police.
Oh, they are now. Not before time, either.
What makes you so sure they've only got one way to go?
You know, the trouble with you, Ken, is that you're too soft. You look at life through rose-coloured specs. And you'd even go and bury your head completely in sand if there was something you didn't even want to see.
All right, we know about my deficiencies. We're talking about the lads.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing. I look on them as the thugs what they are. You look on them as poor, badly done two kids that only want a bit of understanding.
Yes, and that's a commodity that's in precious short supply, isn't it? You know, we're all too ready to go baying after the blood of the younger generation, but as if there's some monstrous mutation that's sprung up and got nothing to do with us.
Now, look...
I mean, look, we don't stand back, do we? And look at the corrupt, collapsing, unprincipled world that we've provided them with and think that that just might have something to do with it. You can plant a seed in your allotment, Uncle Albert. You can plant it on rotting muck and it'll grow up into something fine and sturdy. But it's not the same with human beings. They need a little more care and attention.
Never heard such...
What?
Them lot need more help, don't they?
Smell me.
Eh?
Oh, she loves shocking people, this one. She should be locked up.
Oh, am I shocking? I'm only asking a gentleman his opinion of my nuit passionnel.
Passionate nights.
Have you had one?
Why not? Special offer down at that chemist in Clarence Street. 25p.
I told her it can't be much got for that price.
Well, it's only a trial size. Go on, what do you think?
Well, yeah, it's very nice, very nice.
Well, shall I go back for a bigger bottle, or will he be inviting rape?
Well, it might be.
Oh, in that case, I'll get two.
You can have mine if you like. It's in the back. I still prefer my eau de cologne.
Oh, she not be a minute, love. Hey, have you seen time? Come on. I've left my money out too, Betty.
Well, we're only 5 minutes late.
In my position, I have to set an example, haven't I?
Well, position. You're warehouse supervisor for Tilly, not for clean. Give some people a bit of authority and they get drunk with power.
Yeah, well, Rita gets a bit tetchy, you know. It's with having 2 jobs. It's a strain, you know. You've not got to take no notice.
Yeah, well, she gets paid for doing 2 jobs, well paid, and I don't.
Well, why don't you put your complaints to her quietly? I mean, I've always found her very reasonable.
Oh, not where I'm concerned, she's not.
Hey, right in the bottom of my bag. Where's she gone?
Hey, listen, what you want to do, get a proper working arrangement. You know, get it down in writing, get a rota and stick to it.
What's that?
Well, do you think she'll agree?
Well, ask her. Can I have a small sliced brown, please?
But how revolting, what a horrible thing to do.
Isn't it? We're all over the place. Tater peelings, empty cans, eggshells, a blooming lot.
You know what we should do? Bring back the cat. I'm serious, mate.
It's hard to see what other sort of language these people would understand.
Yeah, but they're not these people.
They're kids. Our responsibility. I've had it all before. I made a muck of being a father, you know. My little lad didn't turn out to be no hero. But at least I took the blame on my shoulders. I didn't blame it on society. I mean, I failed my kid, not society. And you know why I failed him? Because I was too flaming soft.
That's right. You go and tell him. He won't listen to me.
You're not going to let them get away with it again, surely, Kenneth?
Yeah, well, Uncle Albert's already reported them to the police, hasn't he, about breaking those windows?
Good for you, Albert. I'm glad you did. I'm sorry I didn't do it instead of listening to him.
What they got against you, Ken? Seems you're the only friend they've got. Oh, I think they think it was me that reported them to the police.
Yes, it's a pity you didn't do it, because I don't regret what I did, you know.
They're just taking it out on you. They're in lumber, and they're blaming me.
It's appalling, it really is. Vicious, and it's the same story everywhere. Are we reverting to the law of the jungle?
I don't think it's quite as bad as that yet, Mrs. Walker.
Yet.
I find it all rather chilling.
Right, Chuck, hold the fort. Won't be long.
Where are you going?
Well, I told Len I'd let him do me a favour and buy me a drink in my dinner hour.
I see. And what about my dinner hour?
Oh, you're having it. It's nice and quiet, no customers. So get your little butties out and make yourself a little pot of tea. All right.
No, it's not all right, Rita. Supposing I want to go out.
You can't, can you? Seeing as we don't close at dinner time. Anyway, you went out yesterday.
I fancy a breath of fresh air.
And I fancy being kidnapped by Sasha Distel, but we don't always get what we want in this world, do we, love? Tell you what you can have, though. I've got a couple of fresh cream bilberry tarts up in my fridge. You can have them.
I don't like bilberries. 50 flipping p. She could at least have made it a quid.
Well, it's only 2 streets. It only took 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, it's not much, but at least it'll buy a bit of mince for us teas.
You're not short of a bob or two, are you?
Look, where money's concerned, I'm always short of a bob or two. Have you any conception how much it costs to feed you these days? Your appetite doesn't go down as prices go up, you know. So, and next time, tell her you want a man's rate.
It was only Broadley Street and Inkerman Street.
Inkerman Street. So that's why you were so quick to offer.
I never offered. She asked me to do her a favour.
Yeah, and do one for yourself at the same time. Well, next time she asks you to go up Inkerman Street, you tell her it's 2 quid.
You mean it's all right for me to go around there, as long as I get paid?
That's right, Chuck. Cost 2 quid would buy us best steak, let alone mince. Any road. I happen to know that number 19's gone to her daughter's in Bristol for a month.
Hi.
Hello, look.
Hello. Vodka and tonic, darling.
As ever.
Can I have Rita's poison, please, Annie, love? You know you'll have to start drinking cheaper drinks, you will.
So all the fellas keep telling me, but they keep on buying them for me.
What's all this about our little Mavis, then, eh?
Getting very stroppy.
Ah, perhaps it's her age.
Thank you. She's the same age as me, give or take a month.
I know. And you've been known to be a bit stroppy and all at times, even worse than she is.
Listen, we're discussing Mavis, not me.
At least I hit the board.
What am I going to do about it?
Well, do you want me to step in?
Well, you're the boss.
Only when it suits you, I am, yeah. Look, we're talking about little Mavis, not a herd of wild bull elephants. You can handle her with one hand behind your back.
Not this Mavis, I can't. This model's rebellious, uncooperative, wants work rotas and God knows what.
She's been listening to Arthur Scargill.
I'm not laughing.
I am. Well, little Miss Riley, a militant, it's hysterical.
Well, I hope the thoughts of losing your dinner time's profits is just as hysterical.
Thank you.
Because you can't take a halfpenny if there's nobody in flaming shop.
Let me get you something long and cool. It looks to be your sort of drink.
Thank you. I'll have a lemonade shandy, please.
All right, all right.
No, what I mean is we always hedge ourselves in with a million reasons why we shouldn't move.
Well, I mean, in America, people shift around a lot more.
Oh, yeah, I know, but it's not as if Emily and me have got kids settled at a school or old folks we can't leave or a marvellous business we can't give up.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could always sell yours and buy another anyway.
Yeah, I know. Well, that goes for the house, too. I mean, we're fond of it. No, it'd be more accurate to say that we are used to it. And neither of us would pretend it's our ideal home.
Well, where would you go if you went?
Oh, Devon, Cornwall, Cotswolds. Anywhere where it's green and pleasant and gentle. The lakes. Anywhere where people have got time.
Think you'll ever do it?
Well, pack up and go. Don't suppose so.
Now, come on, love, what are you playing at?
I'm not playing at anything, Mr. Fairclough.
You're hanking after a rise, is that it?
No, Rita knows perfectly well what it is. It's not money, it's just a fair deal.
Aye, so she's been telling me. She's also been telling me how bolshy you've been about it
I
all.
tried talking to her yesterday, but she wouldn't listen.
Oh, now, come on, love. Turning up hours late, laying down laws, conditions, not opening the shop at dinner time. It's not on, really, is it?
You don't think I'd like doing that, do you?
That's what I don't understand, a principled girl like you.
Yeah, well, maybe that's why I've landed myself in this situation. I mean, it's easy to get taken advantage of when you're somebody like me, but I'm just at the end of my tether, and that's final.
Look, just tell me why it is you think you're not getting a square deal.
Well, it's going to sound disloyal.
And no, love, it is my business. I'd like to know what's wrong with my employees, what their grievances are. Now, come on, what's it all about? What's it in aid of?
Well, I sometimes have to work overtime at night, making up the papers and tidying up that sort of thing, while she rushes off to get her hair done or to an audition or something. And then coming in early in the mornings to do the papers again when she's been singing, I mean, like she wanted me to do this morning, only I wouldn't.
The 6:30 to it. How often's that, then?
It depends how many singing dates she's got, sometimes 3 or 4 times a week.
As often as that? But surely not the same week that you're doing the working late of the evening.
Yes, well, I mean, that's when she wants me to come in early, isn't it?
So sometimes you're working a 12-hour day?
And then I'm left to cope on my own while she goes off to buy stuff for her frocks to have a fitting or goes to rehearse with Mr. Bishop.
She must be making a bomb, apart from what I'm paying her here.
Well, I hadn't thought of it from that aspect.
Does she slip you anything for the extra work you're doing?
I told you, Mr. Fairclough, it's not the money I'm after.
Oh, Mavis, you know what you are, don't you?
A troublemaker.
No, a mug. A real old mug.
I just want to talk to you, Kevin.
Off to meet me mates.
Yeah, well, it won't take long. Quite simply, Kevin, I'm just up to here with these silly games that you play.
What are you talking about, Mr. Barlow?
You know very well what I'm talking about. No, I suggest that you and your mates knock it off before we all do something we regret. So no more kicking on my door and knocking over dustbins.
I still don't know what you're talking about.
How old are you, Kevin, when you were in my class at Bessie Street? 9? You were a little villain then, as far as I remember.
You always used to make me sit front of class.
Yeah, where I could keep an eye on you. How old are you now? 15?
Next month,
Yeah, well, you should know a bit better now, shouldn't you?
if you say so.
Do you know where all this will end, Kevin, if you don't change your ways? Borstal first, and then probably prison. All right, you're getting your kicks now, giving me a bad time, but who's next? And what's next? It's a vicious circle, Kevin. It starts with breaking windows and kicking over dustbins, and it ends up with a mugging or something worse. So break that circle, Kevin. Break it now, before it's too late.
Hello? I know I said 4 o'clock, and it's only 2 minutes to, but I was ready and I thought I'd like a bit of fresh air, so I thought I'd walk down. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you had company.
That's all right. He's just going. Right, Kevin.
Oh, yeah.
Remember what I said.
Was that one of the...
Yes, young thug all set to turn into a grown-up thug.
Ooh, I never thought I'd hear you sound as cynical as that.
I'm not cynical, Mrs. Walker. I'm angry. Angry because I know him and I can't get through to him. I'm powerless. We all are. We can see what's happening and there's nothing we can do about it.
But you're so good at communicating with people.
Not now. Not with kids like that. Well, if you're all set, Mrs. Walker, I've got another job at
Yes,
25.
yes, of course, dear. I'm sure if you gave him sound advice, some of it's bound to stick.
Oh, I wonder.
Little... It is a vendetta, isn't it, Ken?
No, Hilda, I shan't be using your stand services again.
Oh, well, just think on. Next time he wants paying the proper rate for the job.
This morning's choss won't happen again.
Till next time.
Well, if there is a next time, I don't suppose Stan'd mind helping me out, would you? Especially if it was round Inkerman Street. In fact, I shall keep Inkerman Street just for you. Well, you sort Madam out? She's not speaking to me now.
I had a word with her, yeah.
Marked her card, did you?
No.
What did you do?
I told her I thought she was dead right. You've been taking that girl for a mug for months, you know. It's a wonder she stood it for so long.
Stood what, exactly?
Working all the hours, God sends.
Is that what she told you?
She told me how much she was doing and how little you were doing.
I only work a 23 rotten hour day, that's all.
Yes, but not for me, darling. All for your own benefit. Off out singing every night.
Well, if you think she's that hard done by, why don't you give her a rise? She'll not say no.
I think she deserves one, only I'm not giving it to her.
You can afford it.
Not as much as you can with all the work you're getting in.
Gee, blabbermouth missed out, did she?
Don't forget it was you that asked me to have a word with her.
Where do we stand now, then?
It's not money she wants. It's just appreciation. You give her a few more quid extra a week, and she won't think she's being taken advantage of.
I like that. Me give her a few more quid. It's your shop.
Ah, but it's you that's giving her all the extra work, isn't it?
Supposing I said no?
Well, yes, my love, you're dead right, aren't you? Only I would reconsider if I were you as to whether you want to keep the job as manageress. To say nothing of the rent-free flat that goes with it. That's it, darling. let me know.
You've no proof it was our Kevin.
It was Kevin, Mrs. Marsh.
How'd you know?
Mr. Marsh, it was Kevin. He was in my house just a couple of minutes before.
And that's another thing you'd no right to do, taking him into your house, threatening him again.
Again?
In here yesterday.
And you'd no right to do that either,
You're
have
not
you,
a
Doug?
teacher any longer, you know.
Look, I wasn't threatening him. I was talking to him, trying to talk some sense into it. Do you approve of them behaving like that, Kevin and Bernard?
Like what?
We've only your word for it that they've done anything.
Smashing windows, causing wanton damage, and generally behaving like hooligans.
Look, we know they're a bit wild, but I mean, most lads are, unless they're sick. I mean, the good lads at heart.
The good lads at home.
You've not seen the community centre, my backyard, and my car.
What are you complaining about? There's young tykes round here carve you up and your car.
Are you suggesting I should be thankful that your sons have let me off so lightly?
More than you done for them. Report them to the police.
I didn't.
Well, somebody did do, and you're the only one that's accusing him of anything.
Yeah, well, I'm wasting my time, obviously. I didn't go to the police. I really think I should have, but I didn't. Oh, and there's just one more thing. Trying to hide the truth about Kevin and Bernard isn't going to help them, you know. They need controlling, and they need it now.
Aye, any control to do round here, I'll do it. And you keep your hands off my kids.
Pardon?
In here yesterday,
We
you
could
hit
have
him.
had you up
They
for
told
assault.
us.
Well, I'm very sorry to have to say this, Mr. Marsh, but your children are liars as well as everything else.
Hey, you can't say that about
Now,
our lad.
look,
Don't you
sir,
think
mister,
you are?
there's the door.
Well,
You
I'll
better
tell you.
use it. Get out quick
Okay,
and don't come back.
I'm going. I'm going, Mr. Marsh. I'm going because there's no point in staying. No point at all.
You'll have to talk to him, Doug.
I'm going for the pint.
Don't do it, Kev. Oh, shut it and keep Nick. Right. Let's teach that barlam to rot and well leave us alone.
Len and Rita's first anniversary is not one to be forgotten next, but not for any romantic reasons.